Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday. I know what day it is. I know it says Tuesday up here, but you guys are one day behind the other students that are in the classroom. So today we are going to practice for the ISASS test for the writing portion. I'm not going to make you guys practice for the reading portion, but we are going to get ready for the language and writing. And to do that, we know that usually they have us write an argumentative essay. So in order to do that, we have to start with an outline. When we do an outline because an outline is kind of like a blueprint of our plan before we start typing. So just like a chef has to prepare a recipe before they start cooking, or a carpenter or construction worker has to have a blueprint before they start building anything. An outline is what we use to kind of sketch out what our big ideas are before we start typing. So we're going to practice that today you're just going to watch me prepare one on a piece of paper in this video, and then you will have a chance to prepare your own that you will send to me, and then you will actually attempt to write the essay. So what we are going to focus on is a couple ideas. I put a couple ideas here. Are cats or dogs better? Is Subway or Jimmy John's better? You can even think of, is Chick-fil-A or Cane's better? Raising Cane's better? I'm kind of doing a this or that, but I do know that we have to have an introduction, a body one, a body two, a counterclaim, and then a conclusion. So 5 parts or 5 paragraphs to our essay. In the introduction, you're going to have a hook, background information about the topic, and then lastly, in your introduction, you're going to have a claim. So I might say dogs are better than cats. And I don't just stop there. I have to have 2 reasons, because my 2 reasons are dogs are more predictable and they are protective. Okay. And that would be the end of my intro for my outline, knowing that I have to come up with a hook and background information about what I already know about dogs, and then a claim. Then I'm going to have body paragraph 1. Body paragraph 1 is going to have a topic sentence, which would be the first sentence of a paragraph, and it's going to have my first reason. So as you can see here, my first reason was that dogs are predictable. Okay, so in my topic sentence, I could say dogs are better than cats because they are predictable with their actions and emotions. Okay. And then I would find text evidence next, because then we know in a body paragraph you have to have text evidence. Well, in this case, we're not like reading an article. The evidence comes from our own opinion, right? So the evidence that I know that they're predictable with their actions and emotions is when they're playful. Usually they have like their tail is wagging. They might even kind of put their 2 paws forward and they're behind in the air. When they're angry, we know that dogs usually show their teeth. They might snarl. That would be text evidence, or just evidence in this case that I could write down. And then I would need reasoning. Okay. Then I'm going to write my topic sentence 2, which would be body paragraph 2. So my second reason for an argument, my second reason, if I look on here, is that dogs are protective. So what I'm going to do is I would actually write on my outline my second topic sentence, if I can get this to work. It's being kind of ornery with me. Okay. Dogs protect their owners, which makes them a better pet than cats because, or dogs protect their owners and keep them safe. Cats do not. Or dogs protect their owners and keep them safe, which makes them a better choice of a pet. Okay. Then I would need evidence to show that dogs protect, right? Dogs protect because when you come home, they are happy to see you. They protect because they will bark at other people who are not usually supposed to be at your door. They will also alert you in the middle of the night by barking, or they might even try and nudge you. Okay, so they have more body language and awareness, and maybe that comes from their instinct. And I could explain that in my evidence and reasoning when I go to type it. Then my fourth paragraph, I'm going to need a counterclaim. So for a counterclaim, I'm going to say what the opposite side would think. So I could say, on the other hand, comma, um, let's think here. It kind of takes a little thinking here. Like, on the other hand, comma, some people would argue that cats make better pets than dogs. Okay. That's the counterclaim. But then remember, in that same paragraph, you have to have the rebuttal because we're still sticking with this whole dog argument. So we could say, however, this is not true because, and come up with one more reason why dogs are way better. So, however, this is not true because dogs are, I'm going to come up with the idea of dogs are loyal, right? Not only are they predictable and protective, but they're loyal. So I'm going to say, however, this is not true because dogs are loyal. And then I would need to go into reasoning with that. Lastly, I am going to need a paragraph, my fifth paragraph, which is a conclusion. My conclusion, I'm going to need to tie in all of these ideas by restating my claim in different words and restating why my reasoning. I'm really trying to push the idea that dogs are better, not bringing in any new ideas. I'm just restating in different word choice what I've already said. So if it sounds like you're repeating yourself, you're doing it right. Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. You would have 5 paragraphs, but this is just a basic outline of what we would need before we start typing. What took us about, I don't know what the time is on this video, but maybe 8 to 10 minutes. So what you are going to do is practice the same thing, writing these basic sentences for a claim, a topic sentence 1 and 2, a counterclaim and rebuttal, using this next idea. Is Subway or Jimmy John's better? If you haven't been to either of those, you can pick, is Chick-fil-A or Raising Cane's better? Or maybe you want to pick, is Starbucks or Scooters better? Okay. And what you are going to do is make a basic outline for that. Okay. If one is better than the other, and you are going to email it to me. Okay. So you are going to label claim, topic sentence 2, counterclaim, rebuttal. And you are going to email this to me. So it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences. You don't need to do anything for the conclusion, okay? Or the hook. Those are just things that you know when you go to type. Actual essay, you would need to type that in there. I just want you to have the claim, topic 1, topic 2, counterclaim, and rebuttal, and you're going to email those 5 sentences to me, but you're going to do it for this topic or whatever restaurant you choose, okay? So that is your job. Once you've done that, okay, your next job that will be due by Friday is to do the ISASS test practices. You have 2 of those to do. So I will be emailing you this link. It goes to the test nav. You insert your name. So I'll put my name in here. There's 2 sections. So one is about grammar and the other is the writing. So first you're going to read through the entire draft of this article, get a sense of its purpose, read each question, choose the best answer. If something doesn't need to be changed, which it might not be, click no change is needed. Some questions are going to say, look at paragraph 2. So you need to look to see what number it correlates with, and then use the next arrow to move forward. So you're going to read this article, and it seems to be about the Coast Miwok people of California. And then you're going to choose the best way to write sentence 1. Okay, so this has to do with grammatical errors. Is there a better way to rewrite sentence 1? Then you're going to go to the next question. Choose the best way to rewrite sentence 4. Again, if it doesn't need to be changed, you're going to click no change. Okay, how should the underlined part of sentence 7 be written? So you see it says the Coast Me Walk also. Okay, you might need to change the way it's written. So take your time on these. How should the underlined part of sentence 10 be written? And then the last question, not the last question. You're going to go through all of these, okay? And some of them are going to have, they're going to tell you if you answered some of them, if you didn't. Obviously, I didn't answer them. Then you're going to go to the practice test, okay? You need to read through these instructions carefully. Then you'll be given 2 articles. So one is called Just the Facts, the other is called The Truth About Fiction. You're going to need to read through both of these articles. Then there's a rubric for you. Okay, it tells you to state your opinion, use reasons, details, and examples. So that would be text evidence, like we've been practicing. Organize your writing, use strong words, check your work. Okay, and here's the prompt. This will most likely be very similar to what ISAS was asking you to do next week during testing. It says teachers and parents at your school are talking about whether students should read fiction books as part of school assignments. Read the 2 opinions provided on the issue. Then write a letter to the school principal in which you argue your own position on whether or not fiction should be taught in public schools. So you are going to say yes, fiction should be taught in public schools, or no, it should not be taught. And you're going to have text evidence because one article is for one side and one's for the other side. So you're going to need to borrow text evidence. Probably one piece of text evidence from each article would be best. You should use details from the information to support your opinion. That means text evidence. Remember to use your own words. Do not copy. You may copy text evidence, but you're not copying anything else. You may also add your own ideas. Since every issue has multiple solution or positions, your essay should demonstrate an awareness of opposing ideas. The writing checklist will help you remember important parts of the writing piece. Now, this looks like a very small window to write in. You may make the window bigger by just kind of clicking this. I still wish it would be like a whole page. That would be nice. I don't know why it doesn't expand all the way like that. So just you can just kind of like open it up like that. Okay, so email me a sample outline of what you would do for the Chick-fil-A prompt or Subway prompt. So email me those 5 sentences. Then when you finish, you're going to need to make an outline for this, which you don't need to send me. Just make up your own outline on a piece of scratch paper. Hopefully you have some paper laying around your house where you can make a sample. And then you will need to actually take the ISAS test, okay? So you don't need to send me. I won't get your results for the ISAS practice. It's something that only you will be able to see and do, but I trust that you will be doing this to prepare for the ISAS because it is something that you're going to want to practice ahead of time. This year you only get 1 prompt, and so with that 1 prompt, you want to make sure you're doing your best. You don't get a second chance at this. You don't get a reassessment or a redo. So what I'm telling everyone is you need to spend at least 10 minutes on the outline, and then the other, 45 minutes that you have left to type it as an essay form in this box. So do your best, and I will see you all on Friday for our meeting in class.